Is it time to buy or sell XLE ETF? In this video, we will explore XLE in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more thorough analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay informed about our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any essential updates that could affect your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Harness the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be regarded as financial advice. Since the 14th of August, 2025, our system has ranked XLE as a hold accumulate, giving it a score of 0. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time. During this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, with a gain of 5.07% since we first recommended purchasing XLE 11 days ago. This translates to an average return of 0.46% per day since it was designated as hold accumulate. A score of 0 indicates that our system anticipates high volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. Given the latest developments, we are unable to ascertain the ETF's next direction, as it could move in either direction. The exchange-traded fund is positioned in the upper range of a weak rising trend in the short term. This situation typically presents a favorable selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower range of the trend is to be expected. A breakout above the upper trend line at $90.47 would initially indicate a stronger rate of increase. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 2.81% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging between negative 3.06% and 3.46%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of negative 6.51%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 23.14% to negative 3.92% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $69.10 and $86.37. Our latest daily update for the XLE includes the headline, Evaluation of XLE ETF downgraded after the last trading session. The XLE ETF price increased by approximately 0.75% on the last trading day, which was Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025, rising from $89.22 to $89.90. During that trading day, the ETF fluctuated 1.5%, with a low of $88.66 and a high of $90.03. The price has risen in 7 of the last 10 days and is up by just over 5% over the past 2 weeks. Volume decreased on the last day by 1 million shares, with a total of 12 million shares exchanged, amounting to approximately $1.08 billion. It is important to consider that decreasing volume alongside rising prices can indicate divergence, which may serve as an early warning of potential changes in the coming days. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $97.92, while the lowest price was $74.49. Currently, the price stands at 8.2%, or $8.02 below the 52-week high, and 9.16%, or $9.07 below the all-time high reached on April 12, 2024, when the price peaked at $98.97. XLE appears poised for a breakout. Technical indicators suggest a bullish consolidation rather than a distribution peak, with sentiment leaning pessimistically. This is highlighted by high put-to-call ratios and short interest, which have historically preceded rallies. The targets mentioned range approximately from 98 to 120, indicating potential double-digit gains, along with about a 3.5% dividend yield. Meanwhile, investors are increasingly positioning the energy trade as a power or infrastructure narrative, opting for infrastructure exposure as a lower volatility strategy in the energy sector. XLE is heavily weighted in Exxon and Chevron, which means its performance will closely follow crude prices and the earnings of these integrated majors. Currently, the valuation is below its 10-year average, suggesting a favorable environment for long-term investments. However, there are near-term risks to consider, including oil price volatility, production trends, and earnings variability, which can create erratic movements in the market. In the short term, anticipate heightened volatility and momentum-driven movements if key technical levels are breached. However, dividend income should provide some stability. Over the long term, the structural demand for energy and investment in infrastructure may support sustained growth, while extended periods of low oil prices or ongoing fund flows into alternative energy and infrastructure exchange-traded funds could limit upside potential. The following signals have been identified for XLE. The XLE ETF indicates buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive outlook for the ETF. Additionally, there is a general buy signal arising from the relationship between these two indicators, as the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, support levels can be found at $88 and $86.55. A decline below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Monday, August 11, 2025, and thus far, the ETF has appreciated by 6.71%. Further increases are expected until a new top pivot is established. Moreover, a buy signal has emerged from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. It is noteworthy that volume decreased during the last trading day, even as prices rose, leading to a divergence between volume and price, which may serve as an early warning. Therefore, close attention should be paid to the ETF. Here are some additional signals that may pique your interest. Moving average convergence divergence indicates a buy signal. Pivots suggested a buy signal 14 days ago. Bollinger Bands indicated a buy signal just 1 day ago. The short-term moving average showed a buy signal 8 days ago. The long-term moving average indicated a buy signal 6 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages provided a buy signal 4 days ago. Upon reviewing the 12-month chart, we observe the short moving average indicated a buy signal 7 days ago. The long-term moving average provided a buy signal 13 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages showed a buy signal 40 days ago. For more signals, be sure to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for XLE. XLE finds support from accumulated volume at $88.10. This level may present a buying opportunity, as an upward reaction is expected when the support is tested. Generally, this exchange-traded fund tends to exhibit very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk associated with this ETF is considered very low. During the past day, the ETF experienced a movement of $1.37 between its high and low, which is a change of 1.55%. Over the last week, the ETF has shown an average daily volatility of 1.48%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for XLE. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the ETF could move upwards swiftly under the right conditions. In this scenario, you might consider entering a position and using volume to guide your exit strategy. On the downside, XLE encounters its first support level at $88.10. If this support level holds, it could present a favorable entry point. Anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $86.37, representing a decline of 3.92%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, which contributes to a reduced risk profile. The 14-day relative strength index stands at 82, significantly heightening the risk level. Additionally, we have identified a buy signal stemming from a pivot bottom that was recorded 13 days ago. Is the XLE ETF a good buy? The XLE ETF shows several positive indicators. However, we do not view these as sufficient for a purchase recommendation. At its current level, it should be considered a hold or accumulate position while we await further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses in the technical analysis, we have revised our evaluation of this ETF from a buy recommendation to a hold. After assessing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Friday, August 29th, we anticipate that the XLE ETF will open lower by 37 cents, starting at $89.53. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and it's advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any purchases or sales of securities. It's important not to base your investment decisions solely on StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you agree to take responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? We invite you to comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. With warm regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.